and no compromises, which is one of the things we say about Blatchford, especially on sustainability. There are no compromises, but yeah, I'm really proud of you and your company and what you're doing and the leadership you and many other builders who are going this way are providing. And it shows that when we talk about raising the floor under energy efficiency standards to get to net zero buildings faster, this is not science fiction. This is a thing that is happening in our community today that is affordable and attainable. There's still some financing and regulatory gaps that I think the feds are serious about changing. I think the Americans are going to do it, and so we're going to have to follow. It's going to unlock so much opportunity for folks like you and for this neighborhood over time. So I'm going to pop this off and give people a little bit more of an aerial view again, and just go to orient people. So here's downtown, and quite a view from up here. Pan across, you see there's lots of space. There's the Aviation Museum, which we're working with. That's a really important thing to have in the community here. Go back to a window, Tegan. See if you can find me. So then there's the stadium over there in the distance. There's Nate on the other side. Here you can see the planter boxes for the community garden. You can see some of the gathering spaces over there. And then as I pan over, and you can actually see, like, this is, you can see from the windows, this is the control tower space. So there are three different developments here. There's one set of townhomes here with nice brick exterior. Another set, you see some solar on the roof there. Second building. So yeah, I'm up in the control tower there. In future phases, not all of the phases will be townhomes. Some of the next phases will include a low rise, and then on the far side of this, you see this water feature in the middle. That's where the stormwater will be managed for this site, on site, but it'll be a really nice water feature for the neighborhood and gathering place to walk around. It's small, but really cool looking building with wood and mirrored exterior. That's the District Energy Center. So that's where the energy sharing system mechanical is located. And then on the far side, actually you can see Hangar 11, which we're working to preserve with the heritage community and some private partners. And that side is where Nate is expanding, as well as where the town center site will be. So there's also some construction over there to further extend the metro line to its permanent station location next to Nate, and a second station further north, and that'll serve the higher density side of Blatchford on that side of the lake. And this is more the medium density side of Blatchford on this side. So that's the bird's eye view. And we did have a couple extra questions here. Oh, somebody wants to hear about the mechanical system. So you went down, and I was blathering about something when you showed us the pumps, but tell us a little bit about how the heat pump works.
Yeah, so so water comes in through the geothermal lines from the district energy system, and the heat pump converts that into heat or cooling depending on the time of year. So it essentially takes temperature out of, or degrees out of the pipe, and the district energy meters measure the temperature drop for when the water comes into the house to when it leaves, and that's how they determine the utility consumption. And it's done through hot water and through cooling water, and it's basically like if you think about the system of your fridge, it's basically like that, just on steroids. And yeah, we put in we sized it so that we could build the flexibility of also doing the secondary suite, and we also put in to create a more energy efficient heating system in the basement. We roughed in heating lines into the slab, so you actually also get the benefit of a heated concrete slab in the basement, which is a huge upgrade feature in our homes. And
because it's a heat pump, can you run it backwards and run it as an air conditioner in the summertime?
Yes, yeah.
So these net zero houses include air conditioning. Now they
Yeah.
shouldn't need it because of the wall construction and the fancy windows. It's not going to heat up that much, but if you need to take the edge off on a hot day, you'll be able to.
Yeah, it works both ways. Yeah.
Very, very cool. And the only thing with heat pumps, sometimes people say, well, then you need a bunch of electricity to run it. But if you're getting that electricity from your solar panels upstairs and from green power purchase on anything else you need from the grid, you can still run that net zero, and you've been able to eliminate combustion from the process.
That's right. Yes. Compared to a typical home, these homes do consume more electricity because whereas on a conventional home or typical home, you get your heat comes from natural gas. You have a natural gas furnace and also a lot of the time a natural gas hot water tank. Both the heat pump furnace and the hot water tank are on electricity. So you do consume more electricity, but what's important is where is that electricity coming from? And that's where the solar arrays really, really help here. And so that's how we are able to achieve net zero, is by putting full solar arrays on the home, which counteract any solar consumption or any electrical consumption of the homes. And then you're also reducing the consumption overall by your building envelope first and foremost. So you always design your envelope first as energy efficient as possible. So we put R80 roofs, R40 walls, and so then that reduces your load requirements on the heating requirements or cooling, and reduces the size of your mechanical system, and also reduces your electrical consumption. Of course, we also do LED lighting everywhere, which is a significant savings compared to incandescent. And yeah, so, and then also one thing I didn't mention is this is a product that's been developed here in Edmonton, is wireless switches. So why is this important? This isn't necessarily energy efficiency helping, although I think it does in a way, just I don't know the technical aspects of it. But normally when you buy a home, your switches are fixed wherever you put them. So they're wired to one spot. If you don't like the location, you can't change it. But again, building for flexibility down the road, we went with this wireless system that again is developed here in Edmonton, which means all I have to do is pop off these screws and I can move this switch anywhere I want in the house. And it's programmed to the light fixture that it's attached to. So I can also make it a three-way, lots of flexibility in the use of the home as well with these types of products.
Is that Levin? Is that James
Yes.
Kierstead's company? Yeah, very, very cool stuff, actually. And great story, because they started as hot tub control systems, and now they're doing this, which is just an awesome Canadian and Edmonton building technology, innovation, smart home kind of story. So I'm so glad you worked them in. That's great.
Yes, and again, you know, they typically go for larger projects, but they also believe in our vision here in Blatchford, and they wanted to showcase their product here. And we met several years ago, and I just said, when I have the opportunity, I want to showcase what you're doing, because it's amazing technology. And I'm also showing here the smart thermostat, which again, you can program through an app on your phone and base it on your use of the home and when you're coming and going, and reduce the temperature when you're not here. And it can pick up when you're coming into the home and automatically start to change the temperature to your preferred settings, and it ensures the most efficient use of your heating system. So, and we've also through the offering smart home choices to the homeowners, we've provided another array of, especially coming from the Google line, some smart home devices that homeowners have been adding here and there to upgrade security, watch the flow of their water consumption to the home. All of these devices just give more information in real time to the homeowners. So normally you get your utility bill and it'll show you your consumption for the month, and you can compare that to previous months. But with these types of devices, you can get in real time, down to the day, what your consumption looks like. So now you can start to take that information and relate it back to your behavior as an occupant in the home, and start to look and see, okay, why did we use so much more water? or more electricity, and it starts to inform your use and lifestyle in the home. Whereas if you just get a number that's delayed and also not detailed enough to actually inform how you use the home, then it doesn't really help you understand why you're seeing an increase or decrease in your utility consumption. So these new smart home devices that are on the market that we're making available to our homeowners really start to now allow the occupants to dial in their efficiency through getting that feedback loop.
That's phenomenal. That's so cool. Well, we could talk for another hour, but Instagram's going to kick us off here, and I just wanted to address 2 points real quick that came up in the comments. One is around waste management, and the question was whether we were going to do any on-site waste management here, and that was actually something we looked at 10-12 years ago, but it works better for us to collect waste from all over the city, take it to the waste management center, and then we're working on our zero waste strategy, 90% diversion strategy there. So waste from here will get dealt with in an innovative and comprehensive and sustainable way along with the rest of the city's waste. We did look at options to do different things and harvest energy from it here on site, but in the end, it just made more sense to fold into the greater efficiency of the city on waste. The other point was around electricity, which, folks sometimes critique the city's electric bus program for the same reason, saying, well, being more reliant on electricity sets us back because so much more electricity comes from coal. And historically it has, but coal phase-out's actually way ahead of schedule here in Alberta, thank goodness. And then now the next question is, well, we've converted all these plants to natural gas as a transition fuel. There's still too much GHG from even the natural gas to make the Paris goals for 1.5 degrees. But the retrofit that Capital Power just did of the Genesee power plant, which is actually the last power plant that Edmonton Power built back in the day when the city was in the power business, that retrofit will take 30% hydrogen in the mix today, and the turbines can be retrofitted to take a full industrial hydrogen mix in the future, thereby producing net zero electricity if we can produce hydrogen, which we can here in this region produce zero carbon blue hydrogen. So all these pieces that we've been working on at the industrial scale and at the home builder, family by family scale are really starting to come together. And I really hope that Edmonton can be the leaders in that. And for a lot of people have asked me about coal. The city's taken. I just sent a letter to the province saying we're not in support of coal exploration in the watershed. Council unanimously approved a motion on that. So we're opposed to coal mining on the eastern slopes, the expansion of that for reasons related to the watershed and others. So anyway, those are all the things that came up in the chat that I wanted to make sure to address before we run out of time. But finally, the most important thing is please join me in thanking Tegan Martin-Drysdale and her team, thank you also for the tour of the Nest8 homes here at Blatchford.
Thank you, Don, and thank you for your vision to helping realize Blatchford. It's been great to see.
Awesome. All right, take care, Tegan.
Yeah, you too. Thank you.